Corey, what really impressed me, I watched the film again today, and 35 years later, this film still holds up so well. And we've seen the fan base just grow over time. And so it's still captivating and connecting with audiences, like no matter what generation they are. What does it mean for you to have these films that are still connecting with so many people?
I feel very blessed. I feel very humbled and very honored that anybody remembers any of the work that I did as a kid, let alone that people actually hold some of them near and dear to their heart. It's a cool thing, to be a part of legacy films like that. At the same time, you never like to rest on your laurels. So it's always about what's next for me. I'm always kind of driving the ship forward. I've been on tour with my band. I've got a new album out, a new box set out, and been very focused on the music the last few years. So we just finished one leg of a tour. We're about to do another leg of the tour. And ironically, somehow, Lost Boys has fit into both legs of the tour. On the first leg, we did this thing called in San Antonio called Summer of Santa Carla,
Yeah.
where Jamison was there, Jason Patrick was there, Billy Worth was there, and we all, were there signing autographs and meeting with fans, and they had screenings of the movie, and it's kind of this celebration. And then on the second leg, on Halloween night in Dallas, we're going to be doing an event where they're playing Lost Boys. And, it's like the whole thing is billed as like a special Lost Boys, celebration, Lost Boys Halloween party. My band's performing. I'm sure we're going to have to do a few songs. Jameson, by the way, has come out and performed with us a few times. He's now a singer as well. And he's doing People Are Strange.
Yeah, we
with
did some
us.
People Are Strange together in three towns, three cities.
That's right.
Yeah, it was great. And one thing I want to add too is that it's like if you go back to why we were doing this to begin with, people in entertainment is like to touch people, to affect people, to give something to the world, that people can watch and enjoy. So it's like
Take them out of their lives,
for a
minute.
moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's great. It feels great to be able to do that for people with this movie.
Yeah, Jameson, one thing that really makes the Frog Brothers really stick out is that you actually feel like real brothers when you're watching the movie. Can you speak to just your chemistry with Corey and how you guys worked off each other?
Yeah, I mean, I think right from the beginning when Corey and I met in the audition, I mean, it's part of what the audition was about in a way, was, matching up our chemistry, and something about it worked. We kind of come from different backgrounds. I only just got into the movie business only a couple years before Lost Boys, and so. But we had this chemistry. We immediately got along. We laughed at each other's jokes, or I think it was genuine.
Pretended to laugh.
I pretended. No, but the thing is that it was, and then Joel Schumacher, I think, saw that and really developed it and really brought that out, and it was just really nice. It was natural.
Well, I have to say one thing, which is that Jameson is a superb actor. So, one of the things for me was actually I was excited that there was a kid that was, the same age as me that had the depth to play this character so seriously and be the straight man. I mean, we both had to be straight men. We couldn't crack a smile ever. We couldn't show any emotion other than, ass kicking mode.
Yeah, and we were serious about it. I mean,
yeah.
we weren't playing it for comedy, especially at first, I think.
And so, no, we didn't ever really play the comedy. It was more that the comedy, was the fact that we did take ourselves so seriously as these characters, being macho men at, 14 years old. But, we suited up and we showed up and we came present. And the thing is, again, I respected the fact that he was able to keep up. He was new in the business. He hadn't done, movie after movie like I had. And the fact that, he was right there with Corey and I and always on par was pretty impressive. And then I went and saw his high school play afterwards. He did a production of The Elephant Man where he played John Merrick and did an incredible job. I was so blown away. That's probably the reason why I, was so emphatic about making sure that he was part of the Lost Boys sequels, because it was like, dude, this guy's a great actor. You can't just let him go by the wayside. There's a chemistry, and that's got to be part of this, or it's not going to work.
That's very nice. And
Definitely.
it was very nice of Corey to come to my show. It was really meant a lot to me. You know, it was
Didn't
very
Hank
sweet.
came too, right?
I don't think Haim came, but I'm sure he meant to. You know, and
thought he
Joel
was there with
came.
me.
Schumacher came.
Oh, okay. I thought Corey was with me the night I went, but maybe I'm wrong. No. All
But
right.
I don't hold it against him. I mean, it was a big thing that you came out.
Yeah, it was fun.
Corey, one of the, the cast is just so stacked, but one of the most like underrated stars is the dog Nanook. He's so great in the film. How was it like working with the animals?
You know, he was a little bit of an egomaniac. I gotta
Yeah.
be serious. He was
He got massages.
always
all the
making
time.
demands. You know, he was like, "I want my dog bowl on the set first thing in the morning, and it better be filled right to the line."
Yeah, he had to
You know what I'm
get brushed. I didn't get brushed.
Yeah, exactly. The grooming on that dog was insane. Constantly wanted to be groomed. No, we're joking. No,
Very
he was
sweet.
he was great. He was a well-trained dog. You know, I didn't work with him as much, however, as Corey did, because it was Corey's dog, right? So
Yeah, Corey had that special bond with them.
Yeah.
Nanook, you know.
come on, Nanook, what are you doing, man? No. Yeah.
Jamison, the bathtub fight with Paul is one of my favorite scenes in the movie. What were your memories of filming that?
Okay, there's a few different kind of conflicted memories. No,
It was a rough scene.
yeah, it was a rough scene. Okay, so starting from the fact that like when he grabbed me, I had some chest hair and just sprouting through, and it was really painful. So some of that acting, you know, when he grabbed me was real. And then also we had to sit in that slime for a long time. That was my
days.
yeah, that was my biggest memory. My biggest negative memory of the movie was sitting in that slime. Yeah, exactly, for days.
Well, once we got slimed, we had to be slimed for the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
So it
Vats of
was like-
slime we had
yeah,
to put on us.
yes. No, we'll never forget the giant vats. I mean, literally just the
Yeah.
barrels this wide, and they would sit there and they would, you know, pour it up with like scoopers, and they would just pour it on our heads,
be like,
put
"Good
it all,
morning."
pat it all over our bodies, you know, and you'd just be all sticky and gross, and you know, and then they'd put. Oh, the worst part was, you know, the part where we're crawling through the cave after I stake Alex Winters. And we're crawling back through the cave, and they're shaking the cave, you know, because they want it to look like the whole thing's imploding, and they're dropping stuff from these holes on top of us, like they're literally
dirt and,
crawling.
like-
We're crawling in this little tiny like rat way. I mean, it was like, you know, maybe 2 inches above our heads, and they're on top of this thing, dropping through the holes, debris and dust and all this
we're
weird
covered in
stuff.
slime, so
and
we're
we're covered in
like,
slime,
it's
so it's
sticking to
all
us.
sticking in our hair, and it's in every
Awful.
crack and every crevice, and you know, you'd get out of there, and then Joel would be like, "Okay, clean them up, and let's do the next scene where it's like the beginning of the movie and they're clean."
Yeah.
And we'd be like, "What?"
Yeah, go shower.
Yeah, go shower. So then we'd have to like run to Donner's office because it was the only place on the lot with a shower, and which was of course like completely on the opposite side of the lot. So we'd take our bikes and we'd run over
Is that
there.
right? We took our bikes.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
true.
yeah,
Yeah, we got around on our bikes. We, you know, that's
Yeah.
part of the bonding. I think. that
Yeah,
happened.
exactly.
Yeah.
So we'd take the bikes, we'd go over to the office, we'd shower, and then, you know, some buffoonery, I'm sure, would kick in somewhere along the way.
Of course.
And we'd, you know, fights and soap and, you know, all sorts of things. And then, and then we'd rush back to the trailer. And
Yeah.
and then Joel would start screaming, you know, dudes,
Where have
where's
you
my
been?"
dudes?
But also, I want to.
Feldman, hurry it up! Why are you taking so long? I'm like,
What I-
strapping the boots. I'm strapping the boots. Come on. I'm
True.
doing-"
He got
It was
it
a
bad.
lot.
Yeah, yeah. But I also want to say about that scene, about that bathtub scene, is that I just realized recently that that's where I think the Frog Brothers are really like when they get to that level of like these guys are badass. Is when they were like, "You're next." You know, he was like, "You're," you know, you killed Marco, and we're not like, "Oh, sorry, you know, don't hurt us." We're like, "You're next." You know, he's got us. That's what I think.
Right. Well,
about that scene.
and of course we're just faking it anyway, right? It's all bravado because we would have been very dead very quickly if Nanook hadn't come in and saved the
Yeah,
day.
exactly.
So again, it all goes to Nanook.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for your time today. And the movie obviously is a classic.
Thank you so
Awesome.
much.
Thanks.
We're
Good
glad
to
you're
talk to
still
you.
enjoying it.